The Space Force. The one thing that we don't know if it's a joke, if it's real, and we're trying to figure out what it is every single day, and they try and come out with new stuff. That way we think we know what it is, but we still don't know what it is, as they try and figure out who they are with this idea of creating quotations tradition and also creating a new identity where they don't copy Marine Corps, Army, Air Force, Navy, or one of the other branches out here. You're gonna see that there are a lot of similarities that are just tweaked a little bit, as they made some new uniform announcements and rank insignias to go with that. The United States Space Force Twitter account says today Space Force CSO General John W.J. Raymond unveiled the Guardian Service Dress Prototype, a modern, distinctive professional uniform during the Air Force Association's ASC 21. See, there is a picture of a female and male officer uniform that we're seeing here that is also being shown across the stage here, which I'm going to give you some of my thoughts right now as we unveil this. The PT uniform is next that they've unveiled, and then lastly we'll cover the ranks here. First off, why are they showing it outside without a cover? I'm not trying to be that guy that's like, where's your cover at? But it's like, that's an essential part of the uniform. Is it a garrison cover where it looks like a little teepee top hat? Is it a combination cover where it looks like this big bulky piece on your head? Is this like the Star Wars reference people are saying this uniform looks like? Is that the cover that we're going to see with this? Because I think that will honestly change how people feel about this. Other thing you're going to see here is they do have this weird half neck collar piece here. It is very reminiscent to the Marine Corps uniform, which does have a throwback to the leather necks that did protect the necks of Marines back in the day from swords going into their neck and killing them. You're not half a Marine. Let's just be honest with that. So you can see there is a little piece where there's a tie there, with it only showing about what appears to be about 2 to 3 inches at most. So why do we have this even here is my question. I'm assuming maybe if you take off your jacket, but I'm like, don't see the importance of having it. I'm sure a lot of Guardians out there will appreciate me saying get rid of the tie if you can, because I've only heard about headaches from it in the past for the Navy uniforms and for other service uniforms as well. Also, why are they only showing the officer version of this? That's a critical question that I saw Space Jam Tactical, our token Space Force member that makes Space Force content out there. But I will say I was hoping to see the other variant of this because they're not going to roll only one uniform out at a time, I assume, for these dress uniforms. Next off, the whole stage uniform presence here, you're going to see that the pants do not fit. They are too baggy on the female on the left hand side. On the right, they make it look like he's a box. Like, what is this? Freaking Minecraft? It looks like your grandparents' pants were put on these people. And the reason why it looks so awkward, if you look at it, is the jacket, the top is more form-fitting and curves in, and then the legs just go straight down. Now, the female's pants do look like they're on backwards, as I saw across Twitter, so I will say I do agree with that sentiment right there. I don't want to bash this entire thing. It is a prototype. It could change. The one thing I do like the 6 buttons that are going across, 6 branch of the service. I get it. It's symbolic. But I will go on to say I don't really like this color scheme. I do have a recommendation for them if I was to go through this. I would say, why not make the top a gray color and then the pants a black color? Because I think this is just too Air Force-y color-like for me, that I would like to think that the Space Force would have this kind of offset color that is totally different from the other branches. I think about 80-something% of you guys are not subscribed. So some of you guys did get kicked off from my subscription. Not sure why. Thanks, YouTube. But if you did, please hit that resubscribe button. And if you're new here, I hope I earned your sub today. I appreciate it. Thanks. Let's get back to the video right here. All right, so the PT uniform. I will just play this entire clip for you, which is about 44 seconds of how they announced the new testing for the U.S. Space Force PT uniform. Check it out right here.
Designed for Guardians to be physically ready to protect U.S. and allied interests in space. Developed to withstand the most grueling physical regimens. Tested by an award-winning champion. I'm Lieutenant Mihaela Norris. I won at the collegiate level. Now, it's time to win for the Space Force. Train hard, Guardians.
I have to give kudos to the Space Force when they've done other commercials which look like this.
You're looking back in time, but I see the future. I see exploration and courage. I see my country finding new horizons out there. And I see giant leaps making a comeback.
Compare that to this. Literally is like the worst production in my eyes. Like, I don't even want to know how many dollars went into announcing this PT uniform. And as a creator, you want me to make your next Space Force commercial for your PT uniform? I will gladly do it for free. I could have done this for free in like 10 minutes. I'm dead serious. They only show one person PTing. Is she the token PT person for all the Space Force? I don't think so. Besides Space Jam Tactical, that dude does work out, posted on a story all the time. Go check him out. He's actually like the coolest Space Force guy. Why didn't you use him for this commercial? I don't know. There's the cheesy piano music. There's the fade to black, trying to be intense. There is literally one repetition of each of these exercises, which include a run down and run back, a push up, and one sit up. That is it. They say that this is to be used across all these various intensive workouts. We want to see obstacles. We want to see Space Force guys doing Space Force stuff, jumping up in these like mechanical things, going up and down, going in a circle like this, doing something where it seems like they're being active, testing their bodies for space, but we're not seeing any of that. I don't know, put them at a keyboard, just... Also, to go back to my recommendation, if the colors are going to be gray and black for the PT uniform, it might be a cool idea to include those colors also on your dress uniform, as it would continue with this color scheme. All right, lastly, we will talk about the rank structure. So this was announced previously by the top enlisted member of the Space Force, where he was like, looking for inclusiveness, looking for tradition. We didn't want to degrade people with names like Petty. But then they sat there and made the first 4 ranks to be specialists. Specialist 1, 2, 3, 4. And pretty much saying that anything E4 and below is not going to have much value. There are a couple things I did appreciate from the symbolism of continuation of the 6 number, 6 branch. They do talk about the hexagonal emblem that's around the Delta symbol that Space Force members are going to have, the Vandenberg stripes, which is a history back into the Space Force base that's been named after General Vandenberg, the Sergeant chevrons, which upholding the service of the U.S. Space Force, then go like a chevron type thing there instead of a bar, and then they earn their Delta globe in orbit, which is like an enhanced version for increased responsibility, which I was like, can we just call this the dog, the Delta orbit and globe right there? Because I think that would be like the equivalent of cool things to say like it'd be a cool ceremony to earn your DGO if that's it. I think that the Space Force could make traditions off of that. The next thing is mind blown. I'm going to tell you this because I didn't even think of this, but they went so in depth on the E7, E8, and E9 ranks that I am just baffled at the level of symbolism that we're seeing here. So they show the orbital chevrons, which means the top ones there, where they show the geosync, the medium, and low Earth. And then they show the Delta ascending, which they say is going to resemble like the increased responsibility into the other orbits, showing that they are looking for new changes and adapting to things and always going against the grain or whatever the symbolism is, but meaning that they're going above and beyond essentially. And I'm like, that is a cool idea here. This is the one thing out of all this I can say, yeah, I'm actually okay with it. So based on everything that you've seen here, the past history of the Space Force and things that we've talked about on this channel, I would like to say, what do you guys think about the Space Force, about the uniforms? Is there anything that you see resemblance-wise other than the Star Wars thing that people are talking about and all these other movie-relevant type things? I don't want to go into that entire debacle there, but please let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. If you guys do like what we do on this channel, you can always support over at patreon.com for special perks and benefits, such as voting on this video. The members over at Patreon voted for this video to be made this week, which does happen every week, and you do get a monthly shout out as well. So also you can get special perks and benefits here on YouTube at the membership join button below this video as well. But as always, if you guys have questions about this or anything else, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.